I'm like literally like elbow deep into the game files trying to find like any reason this could be wrong, and I just see like slot number 8 and I'm like 8, it's actually 4. It should be 4. It's always been 4. And I didn't think that was gonna be the reason, but I guess I can have 8 people on the server. Anyway, welcome to my farm. We'll pretend the stream just started. Hello, welcome everybody to my stream. It has just begun. Yeah, we're in. This is my farm. Hang on, let me log in as an admin. So I'll kind of give like a tour, because it has been a little while since I've streamed. Let me just speed up some time a little bit so it's like morning. I assume my grass has been fertilized. It is not, but that's okay. I don't really care. So you can only fertilize grass, I think, when it's between like the 1 and 2 growth stage. So I guess actually it's only just at the 2nd growth stage, so I still have time to fertilize it. When you fertilize it, you get a yield bonus, so you get more grass per grass. Yeah, so I'll give you a little tour. Oh, I see my game hasn't saved because I did a little bit of a change here last night. I like sold this greenhouse, bought a new one, and placed it like sideways so that the lettuce comes out like right here, kind of in line with like my firewood. But I guess that didn't save. That's okay. I did have a trailer attached to this, but that was the mod that I just got rid of, so bit of a waste of money, I guess. But that mod didn't seem to be working very well anyway, so maybe it's for the best it's gone. I'm just gonna sell this little dolly because I don't really need it anymore. Get a bit of my money back. Okay. So yeah, so this is a new tractor that I bought. I had that old red one, I think, was probably the last that you saw, and I upgraded it to this one, and then I bought this tractor over here. I just bought this like brand new. It was on sale. It was very expensive. This is a very nice tractor actually, so that's exciting. But yeah, both these tractors are capable of like towing some real machines, so lots of exciting things with that. Nothing's changed with like the wood, and the greenhouse is still the same. Bought a couple things. I don't remember if you saw, but I've got like the cultivator, and I've got a couple other tools. I think the biggest change is probably just the field itself. So I just had like one skinny field at the end here, and I've slowly been acquiring. So if you see like in my mini map down on the bottom left, 79 was what I started with, and I've slowly grew to 80, 81, and 82. And as well as I just kind of like I attached all the fields together and just kind of expanded them a little bit. You'll notice it's like it goes longer past those other fields as kind of reference, because I just kind of expanded them a little bit farther than their original state and connected it all together. So I would like to buy these 2 last plots of land and connect it to my main field, and then I'm going to be kind of done with the grass for now. Like obviously I'm still going to harvest it and sell it, but my focus is going to shift on towards animals, which that land over there, that forest, is what I'm thinking about buying and cutting down those trees, processing the wood into firewood, and then yeah, selling all that to kind of fund my cow endeavor, which is probably what I'm going to do today, instead of buying these last 2 fields, because I'm just kind of over it. And I get about 60,000 from this grass, so it's enough money that every time I go to sell, it's, you know, lets me do some stuff. So I've got this trailer is also pretty new. It's just the trailer that you tow around and it picks up the grass. I'm sure I had a smaller version of it last time I streamed. I've just upgraded to a bigger one as they've come on sale. And then this is my silage factory, which I also don't remember if I had up on the last stream, but basically I just dump my grass into here and it turns into silage, and then I can just dump the silage back into my wagon and go sell it. And it's pretty good. So I'm going to, yeah, pick up all this grass, turn it to silage, and then see how much money that gets me. It should get me another 60 or so thousand. And for this forest, it's 164. So I might need to cut a bit more grass, but that's okay. The important thing is I get to actually play. Actually, while I'm starting this collection, I'm just going to get this other tractor to start fertilizing everything. That is, see, that's the nice thing about having two tractors. Even if one of your tractors isn't like the most powerful thing in the world, it's nice you can have it doing like, you know, one tractor's the powerhouse and it's pulling the heavy machinery, like that wagon's pretty hard to pull. And then the other tractor can just be going around like fertilizing. That's a pretty low demand activity for horsepower, so pretty much any tractor can do it. And it's nice to be able to start to get multitask going. Saves you a lot of time. So yeah, I'll get a worker working on that, and then I can go back to picking up grass. Hopefully he doesn't run into me. I almost like, I don't know, I kind of want to give myself a bit of money because I did lose some on that trailer. I'll show you. Oh, I can't even show you the trailer because it's gone. But there was a trailer I was messing around with that was supposed to kind of like auto load pallets and stuff like that, but then I had like a mod that lets me lift up pallets, and there was kind of like a confliction where it didn't want to load the pallets very well. So then I got rid of the pallet mod, and that didn't seem to actually fix anything anyway. But honestly, the pallet mod, like I've got super strength enabled, so I can lift up anything I want anyway. So I was like, there's no really point in having like a liftable pallets mod. So I just got rid of it, hoping that would fix the trailer, because I thought the trailer would be pretty cool. But then it still wasn't working. And now I got rid of the mod, so kind of a waste of money. I don't remember how much it was, but it was about 40,000. And so I kind of want to give myself that money back, because after I harvest this grass, it's going to put me real close to being able to buy that forest. If not, I'm probably going to have to cut all this grass again, let it grow, cut it again, and then sell it all, which isn't the end of the world, but it's just kind of annoying considering I only have to do it once instead of twice. But we'll see. I'll do this harvest and I'll sell it and I'll see where I'm at, because if I'm going to have to do it twice regardless of that extra 40,000, then no sense giving myself money back. We'll just chalk it up to a poor investment choice. I also, like, I don't know, last night before I got off, when I changed the greenhouse, I bought like a more expensive one, and it didn't seem like it made lettuce any faster than that one, and this one is much cheaper. So maybe I'm kind of a little bit lucky that way that I didn't spend that money again. Have you been able to play a lot off stream? Sounds like you've put in a lot of thought. I played like maybe 30 minutes every night or every other night while I'm off stream, so like not a lot. I haven't been able to play a lot, which is probably why I haven't made that much progress. Just kind of the expansion of the field is really all I've done. And honestly, usually when I play off stream, I usually just kind of like hire AI workers to like work the field. Why is this not dumping? Uh-oh. Why is this not dumping? There we go. I was getting worried there for a second. Oh, I see. It comes out the side. It doesn't tip. I'm only just realizing that now. Okay, that's good to know. Usually it tips out the back, so that's why I'm kind of positioned with like the back over the grate. That makes sense. It comes out the side, so it's probably off the grate. Yeah, so I've just kind of like, I haven't been playing a lot, like after work when I'm not streaming, but I've just kind of like had stuff going on in the background often. And I just kind of like, you know, I'll check the deals and buy stuff when it comes on sale. And that's why I've got like some nicer tractors and stuff since then, but I've just been trying to kind of like set up the infrastructure to be able to make a lot of progress for when I do stream. I think I've done pretty well. Like, you know, when I started the stream in the game, like when we started on this server, you know, we were scraping together like a couple $1,000s a day, you know, and unless we were able to like get some wood and then we'd make firewood, and that was pretty good money. But like the fact that now I can like this field grows back every 3 in-game days and I can harvest it for like 60,000, that's pretty good compared to how we started. So yeah, it's a grind in the beginning. So so yeah, I've kind of just been getting it set up, so when I do stream I can kind of like, the grind kind of has more of a payoff. Progression farm sim is one of the main reasons I enjoy it so much. Me too, yeah. It's just like, it helps a little bit like playing off stream, because I'll just like watch like a movie or something and just kind of do the slow like grindy bits, whereas like when I have to kind of like talk the whole time and entertain, it could sometimes be hard when I'm like riding up and down a 10-acre field on like a tiny little riding lawnmower to make like $100. Pretty hard to make that entertaining. So but yeah, it is like the progression is exact, because it's like, you know, from the beginning of the game to where I am now, like it doesn't feel like that big of a jump, but like it kind of is. And like it's just, it grows so exponentially, you know. It's like I've got like hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of stuff right now, and it's like I already started off with like $100,000, and then in like a couple more hours of game time I'll have like $1 million worth of stuff, and then $1 billion, you know. It just like grows so exponentially quick. It is so satisfying. Yeah, this little forest here is gonna give me a lot of wood, which is gonna be awesome. I think I might turn it into firewood with those little firewood factories I have. I think that's gonna be my best money making method for that. Like I feel like I would like to maybe get like a carpentry factory or something of some kind, but I just feel like turning wood into planks is like nothing compared to turning it into firewood for some reason. Probably because this firewood factory is like a modded item and it's maybe not as balanced as it should be, but it just seems like a waste to turn any wood products into anything else other than firewood. While this is dumping, I'll see if I can see like the value of firewood in the sort of charts here. I don't know if it does show up in this. Oh yeah, firewood. So yeah, it sells for like around 6,000 per 1,000 liters. And then if you look at something like planks, like 4,000 or planks long, I guess is about the same. But I also think you get like, I have to go look at like how much firewood I get per like 1,000 liters of raw wood and kind of see like compare it to planks as well. But I feel like you get a lot. Like I feel like for like 1,000 liters of like wood, you get a lot more firewood than you would say like wood beams. So even though the wood beams sell for more, I think you're just going to get more money selling firewood because you just get more firewood. I don't know if that's 100% true, but renting a logger and doing that made a lot of initial income for us in Farming Sim 22. We just straight up sold the wood to a specific spot and it felt like it was 6 to 10k for a whole tree. Not sure how this one is. I don't remember. It definitely depends on like the size of the tree for sure, which I think it did in FS22 as well. Like these little like puny little trees kind of around me, like I think you can maybe sell them for like 1,000 or 2. But you can like plant trees and have them grow, and you can get some giant oaks that are probably worth up to $10,000. So I think it just kind of depends on the map you're playing and what kind of trees you have access to. But for the most part, it's usually more worth it to convert that wood into something like even like wood chips sell for a lot. Like where are the wood chips? I don't think it's necessarily that they sell for a lot actually, but yeah, they only, sell for like 500, but you just get so many. I don't know if I still have this mod. There's a mod I had on that told you like, gave you like a rough estimate of like how many wood chips you could get from like a tree. Maybe the volume. No, I guess that's just how much wood. So I guess I don't really have that mod on anymore. But I can go look at like maybe if I get like a wood chipper or something, I can see like how many wood chips you get per like 1,000 liters of wood, but it's quite a bit. So I do know you make like a lot of money in wood chips, which is kind of cool. I feel like it's kind of like one of the better ways to make money if you're just trying to make money from like trees without too much work. But I think what I might do is I might set up like a carpentry place, and because I've got a winch. You can't quite see it, but over by my trailer I did buy a winch because it came on sale, and that just lets you like drag trees. So yeah, I might either just drag trees into my firewood factories there, or maybe sell those and buy like a little carpentry plant, maybe place it right in the middle of the forest for now and just turn it all into like planks and stuff. And I think even the bigger one lets you make like wood chips as well, so I might like make all the wood products. Could probably get some pretty good money from that. Okay, I'm going to finish this row, and then I'm going to go to one of the longer rows, kind of get my cruise control set and on a straight line, and then I'm going to run to the bathroom because I've got to go very badly, and see if I can make it back before the end of the row. And if not, then I'm just going to kind of plow into those trees over there, and hopefully my tractor just gets wrapped up in it and I don't drive to like the other side of the map. Okay, kind of get myself lined up. Okay, and it's a race against time. Go! Oh, I'm back, and I seem to be wrapped up against a tree. So that's good. Oh, I got the whole row too. I was kind of worried I was gonna like veer off the line a little bit while I was gone and kind of just miss half of it, but I'd call that a success. Oh yeah, we only played 22 for a little bit and didn't get into many production lines. We put a lot more hours in 19, got to cows and stuff, but then life happened. Yeah. Yep, that is the way. You get like super invested into a game and then life gets busy and then you don't play it for a little bit and then you just kind of lose interest. I played 22 quite a bit, I think, and then I played like 16 or 17 or something like that quite a bit as well. I definitely haven't been like a, you know, super follower of the franchise and have played every single game, but I have played quite a few of them. This one probably being the most that I've played. There was one, I want to say it was like FS 16 or something, but I just had like horrible money management skills, and I like leased so many things that I was like struggling to make any money because my lease bills were just way too high every month. And I also didn't know a lot about the game, so I didn't know like what the best ways to make money were, or like, you know, even really how to make money. I understood you had to sell farm products, but like, and I kind of understood how to get them, but I didn't know how to get things in like a big enough quantity where I could make like decent money. And that's where I first discovered silage. I think that game, it was like silage was like actually broken, and like a field this size you could bring in like $600,000 worth of silage or something ridiculous like that. And so I remember like kind of selling everything I owned, keeping the lease on like the bare minimum that I needed, and then like converting my entire operation into like corn silage, and slowly, bit by bit, I would like earn more money a month than I was losing, and then I would invest that money into paying off like pieces of equipment instead of leasing them, and just basically clearing my debt. It was like a triumphant financial bankruptcy story. And eventually it got to the point where I like owned all of my equipment and I was no longer leasing it, and then I was making like insane money. And then I lost interest because apparently the struggle is more fun than like the success. But it was a lot of fun. That's pretty cool. And I think that would be maybe another cool challenge actually, is kind of like when I play now, like I'm not really going for like a big challenge right now, but I have played games where I start with like hardly any money and try to build up big. I feel like that's like a go-to challenge, starting from like zero. I think this playthrough we started with like $100,000, so you know, you could buy some basic starter stuff. It wasn't quite a grind from like nothing, but I think a challenge that maybe would be fun if you could find out the best way to like execute it would be like you step in and try to save like a struggling farm, and you just like basically you have like some land, some things set up, kind of like a bunch of stuff you start with. It would seem like you're like starting off pretty easy, but then just have like every piece of equipment you have is like leased, and like every month if you don't make enough money, like you're just going into the negatives, and you have to kind of like maybe prioritize what's making you the most money, and just kind of like you're thrown into the middle of like a catastrophic farm management, and you got to kind of like snowball your way out of it with prioritizing and maximizing. I think that could be a pretty cool challenge. Maybe I'll do that next if I don't lose interest in the game. How much grass do I have in storage? I've got 7,000 liters of silage, and it's not showing me my grass. But I've dumped, I think, twice, so I should have about 70,000 liters of grass. Like, I'm trying to kind of gauge if I'm getting as much as I usually get from harvesting this field. I think I think this is a fertilized batch that I'm picking up, so there should be as much as I normally get, but sometimes I forget to fertilize and lose a bit of product. Speaking of, yeah, I had that guy fertilizing, so yeah, he's done and it's all fertilized. That's cool. Because I think I usually get about I want to say like 160,000 liters, 170,000 maybe. Oh, it's super hard to get this trailer lined up where it's just gonna dump. There we go. So yeah, hopefully I should get that full amount on the next harvest as well, because I kind of need every penny I can earn if I want to buy this forest beside me. I would like to buy those last 2 pieces of land. It's frustrating because like it's like 50,000 for each one of those plots, I think, roughly. Yeah, 58 and 79. Okay, so I mean, still, for about the price of like that forest, I can buy those 2 pieces of land, connect them with mine, plant grass on it, and then kind of complete this field, and it kind of like satisfies my OCD a little bit more. Because right now it feels like I've got like an unfinished product or an unfinished project even, and it's like, well, I just want to like finish this before I move on. But at the same time, I have been grinding the grass for quite a while, so it'll be good to kind of move on to something else. So that's kind of why I'm thinking I'm going to buy that forest and then get into a little bit of forestry and lumber through the trees that are on it, as well as kind of clear out the land to build like a cow farm. I think that's where I'm going to put my cow farm. So it's going to kind of like freshen up the game a little bit for me, and then with all the money I get from like the lumber, I should be able to buy those 2 pieces of land pretty easily. As well as now I've got kind of a third income with the cows, a third permanent income. So I'll have the greenhouses, which I'll also maybe expand, maybe on this land as well. I'll add a bunch of greenhouses because I think it's a pretty big piece of land. So it's not going to all be cow farms, I imagine. So I could clear off and set up like enough greenhouses that it's actually kind of considered in a viable income. Because right now, like that one greenhouse, I usually just let it collect lettuce throughout the year, and then like January, February is kind of when it's worth the most. So I'll just kind of let it build up throughout the year, and then January, February, I'll load it all onto my little trailer over there and then go sell it. And I'll make like maybe 40,000. So I mean, compared to like the grass, it's not quite the moneymaker, but it's just not scaled up enough. So I think I'm gonna scale it up. Lettuce greenhouses are crazy cash cows. Yeah, they are. But you need to kind of scale. I mean, I guess not really, because I think that greenhouse was like 9,000, and the fact that like, I mean, like once a year in game, I sell all the lettuce for like 40,000. Like that's a pretty good return. So return of investment. So yeah, they are a great starter. Oh yeah, I noticed your name is Chris the Canadian. I assume it's because you're Canadian. Now let me know if I'm wrong to assume that. But based on my detective skills, I believe you're a Canadian as well. One large greenhouse on easy economy difficulty pumps out like 8,000 lettuce every month. Yeah, that's about I think what mine does, because how much does lettuce sell for? It's like, because mine makes about 1,000 liters a month. So lettuce. All right, so I guess I'm only getting about 3,000 a month, but in January I get about 3,300, and then in September it'd be about 27. So yeah, I guess a larger greenhouse would be a good start. Nah, I'm secretly a Martian? Dude, no way. That's the same thing? Kinda, I guess. Dude, that's insane. A Martian. Wow, well, welcome. I've never had a Martian in here before. I'm trying to save up to buy like a wheel and like a joystick or something in real life for this game. I think it'd be so much fun. Just drive in like first person the whole time with like an actual steering wheel and like pedals and stuff. I don't even know how to switch to first person actually. Camera. Ah, yes. Oh, imagine this, but like you've got a wheel and like controls and stuff. That would be pretty cool. Why is my tractor just kind of sliding around? What is happening? What is happening? No. No. Why am I sliding? What is this? Pretend like you didn't see that. It's fun with a wheel. The only thing that sucks is you still kind of have to use your keyboard and other things depending on the type of wheel you get. But I think I'm going to get the side panel thing on Amazon. That's for farm sim with all the buttons and joysticks for crane. Yeah, that's what I would like. I would like I feel like I don't need too many buttons, like the side panel. Well, there's that side panel with that little joystick. I'm sure that's probably the one you're talking about. That would be sick. But I think I like that joystick is so small. I feel like it would just maybe feel weird, like a little knob, a little knobby. I kind of want like a more full-size joystick, like a kind of like a flight sim, but they have like joysticks that are meant for farming sim that are more kind of like flight sim joysticks. I think I would prefer something a little bit like that, but the control panel does seem really cool. That comes with that other one. Right now I have a G920 and you have to manually map everything. Yeah, and that's the thing too, like how do you like your G920? Does it, I mean, aside from like having to map all the buttons, is it still fun, or does it feel weird because it's like a racing wheel? I see an ad is running. We didn't cut off our conversation. Feels like quick turnaround between ads. Well, I guess it makes sense. An hour and a half stream. Because the first ad break runs at like 30 minutes in, and then it's every hour from after that. So I guess this makes sense. It feels fine to me. LL can race tractors. Yeah, that's true. But I just feel like I would want like a kind of like a bigger, just more smooth circular wheel, kind of like how this one looks, you know? Whereas like the racing wheel, it's got like the grooves for your hands to fit in nice, and they're a little bit smaller. I think I would want a bigger wheel. But the thing is though, it's like I'm not made of money. So if I'm gonna buy a wheel, I want to have like, I want it to have some kind of like universality, if that's a word. You know, I would like to be able to use it for racing games, for instance, as well. So I wouldn't want to buy, because you can buy like just dedicated like tractor wheels or like trucking wheels, which are like big and they have those knobs and stuff. But then it would feel ridiculous playing like a racing game with that. So I'm trying to find one that's like a kind of like a hybrid, that's like maybe more racing styled wheel, but not full on like feels like a racing wheel, if that makes sense. There's a bunch of wheels out there which have an extra piece of hardware with a bunch of buttons on it. They're designed for farming games that look really cool. Yeah, I agree. If I was like made of money, or if farming sim was like my only true passion in life, I would love something like that. Would be sick. But unfortunately, again, like if I want to buy a wheel, if I'm gonna buy a wheel, I want to be able to use it for any game that involves driving at all. So I'm gonna need to do a little bit more research. I found some pretty okay ones that look like a good, and you can buy like the knob separately. You know what I'm talking about? That knob that goes on steering wheels that like buses have. You can buy that separately and put it on like any wheel. So I think that alone would be a pretty good at making any wheel feel a little bit more like a tractor wheel, as well as just kind of the mounting. Like tractor wheels and truck wheels are usually mounted more like flat, like they're kind of like facing the roof of the interior more, rather than like being kind of like straight perpendicular in front of you. So as long as I can like adjust the mount of it and get one of those knobs, I think I could probably make do with like any wheel and make it feel like a tractor wheel. But yeah, there's one I'm looking at for a decent price that seems like a pretty good hybrid between like, let's call it a working wheel and a racing wheel. I'm gonna save up for that. And then as far as joysticks go, they have like farm sim joysticks, and it's just kind of separate control panels you could buy additionally, that I'll just save up for and buy as the time comes. But yeah, it would be a lot of fun. Okay, let me speed up time a little bit because I want that silage to process. Actually, I might speed up time a lot of bit because I kind of don't really have anything to do right now. I need to wait for that silage to change from grass into silage, which it probably already is, because that factory does it really quick. And then I kind of just need this grass to grow back. I can't even sell lettuce if I wanted to, because there's none ready. I'm sure there's contracts I could do if I want to try to be productive, but like, is it worth doing this field for $6 grand? I don't think so. I could do a deadwood contract, collect all the wood, distribute it amongst my firewood collectors. Maybe I will do that. Let's be a little bit productive with my time and not just fast forward everything. I'll accept this deadwood contract and steal the wood. The Thrustmaster wheel has the knob that you can remove whenever you want, but it's like $250. Yeah, I think that is one I was looking at. That is definitely up there. Ooh, I like when you tell me the price too, because we have the same currency. Not like when American people tell me, oh, something's $250, and really it's like $320 something. It's like, get out of here. Yeah, I'm kind of looking in like the $250 range. It would be nice if I can get like pedals with it as well. And a shifter would be kind of cool, but you can buy shifters separately. So to start, I just need the wheel, and like the pedals with like a clutch would be pretty ideal. Well, the listing, I don't know why I narrated your anyway, the listing on Amazon for like $350, which is around $250 USD. Oh, did you just like reverse conversion me? You did, like, even though we share a currency, you still got my hopes up by converting it to USD and then telling me. Tisk. Where am I going? Oh, I live beside, I'm driving away from it. That's super convenient, but a little annoying that I just kind of drove away without looking. Canadians have to be able to reverse currency, convert to USD constantly. Yeah, exactly. Ooh, yes, we do. Especially if you have like American friends. Like the friends that I play games with and stream with, they're American, or at least a lot of them are. So we'll be like talking about games and stuff, and we're like, oh dude, it's only $10. And then I go and like check Steam, and I'm like, dude, it's like 15. I don't have 15 bucks. There you go. There's one of them. There's my one friend that I spend most of my time playing with. He also streams. His name is Michael. And he is American. We have a pretty cool group of streamers. Yes, we do. It is very, very cool. I appreciate y'all for keeping me company and entertained. We appreciate you being here and keeping us entertained. You are the backbone of this whole community, I feel like. I don't know why my OBS was so delayed, but I saw that you redeemed the tater pics, and then I was like staring at my OBS waiting for it to pop up. I need to get more pictures. I don't remember how I did that, but I'm sure I could figure it out again to be able to like add more pictures and stuff. If not, I'll just have to remake a new alert or something and get it sorted out. I think you said you had a folder somewhere. Yeah, I have the folder of pictures. I don't remember how I set it up as like the alert for that reward. I don't really remember what I used for it. I might have used like Stream Elements, but I don't remember. So I'll have to do a little bit of self-reflection and add more pictures, but I also just don't really have too many more pictures. So step one, I need to take more pictures. I'm sure your phone is full of tater pics. Yeah, maybe. I have a lot, but I feel like a lot of them aren't really that good. You know, a lot of them are just like, I don't know, just random pictures of them. Blurry pictures. I try to get like quality pictures that I share on stream. Only the best reviewers. Exactly. I tried to get we got like a new bouquet of flowers up in our living room on like the coffee table, and it's like huge, and I don't know why, but Tater loves flowers. He just loves to like sniff them. Most animals try to eat plants. Tater doesn't, thankfully, because we have a lot of plants in the house. But he'll just like sniff flowers. Like I have that one picture of him sniffing those flowers. So we got this new like bouquet, set it down, and immediately he was like straight into them, like head buried deep into the flowers, just like smelling them. And I tried to get a picture, but he ran away. Because at first I was just like, you know, I try to live in the moment, you know. Usually when I'm like something is happening, my first thought isn't necessarily to take a picture. So at first I was just like admiring, and I was like, oh, look at him, he's so cute. And then I was like, oh crap, I need to try to get a picture of this. And by the time I got like my phone out and the camera open, he kind of like moved away. And I missed the picture, unfortunately, but that would have been a good one. Yeah, it's so funny the things that he is like interested in. He loves flowers for some reason. To be honest, I didn't realize Tater was an animal. I thought it was potatoes at first. I was rather confused. Yeah, I named him after the food. I named him, actually his full name, his full legal name is Tater Salad. I named him after the salad, but I just call him Tater. My cats force me to be more in the moment because they never stay long enough for a pic. That's exactly it, right? Like it's like you have like maybe a couple seconds of like whatever they're doing to it, like enjoy it and go aw before they like get distracted and go do something else. And in that time I usually forget to take a picture. The yawn pic's a good one. I liked the I think the litter box pictures in there. That's one of my favorite. It's him poking out of the litter box. Oh yeah, so the mod is still there. It's showing me like kind of the value of the wood and volume if chipped. So this kind of part of the tree, I would get about 560 liters of wood chips, 356 liters from this kind of bottom half. So honestly, I guess that's like maybe like $300 worth of wood chips. So maybe wood chips aren't quite as worth it as I thought they were going to be. These trees are pretty small though, to be fair, but oh yeah, it even tells me like the wood chip value. So like right now, it'd be about $53. The max would be about 170 for just this kind of skinny part. 200 for that, 500 for that, and another 500 for this last piece. So I guess like, you know, 1,300 bucks in wood chips from one tree, I guess isn't too bad. But I mean, firewood just gives me so much money. There it is. Oh, did you get the litter box pic? I missed it, but I've seen it many times. Why are you sliding? Stop sliding. Stop it. Stop sliding. The one of them sitting funny with all his folds might be my favorite. It is a very funny picture of him. It is a super, super unflattering angle. And it's usually what I show people first when they ask for like a picture of my cat. Let's go see how much kind of wood this fills up. And just, I guess, just to kind of empty the trailer because it is kind of getting full and annoying. And since I live so close to this job site, it's really no biggie. Got to show the most unflattering one first. Yeah, exactly. Got to manage their expectations. Okay, so I kind of just filled up these last three. So this one is 1300. This one is like pretty much full. That's nice. And this one has about 1800. So that trailer full filled like one, almost two. So that's not bad actually. I have 4, so like another trailer full and maybe like a little bit, and I'll be good. And then I'll fast forward it to like the next day, and that'll produce me a bunch of firewood, and my grass will grow. I think my grass is still at like 2 out of 4, so I'm gonna try to chop this one into like much smaller, easier to manage pieces. I lied. I'm not. I'm gonna keep cutting them long. It's just so much quicker. It's like, it's quicker to just load these long, especially because I have super strength. So much quicker to like load these long pieces, but it's just kind of harder because they get caught on things and they're always flopping around. And then I end up like not quite cutting them short enough, and then they get caught on the back ramp. It's just a pain. I have that mod also like lets me kind of set a predetermined length, and then that little purple like marker that pops up will like indicate what length I have it set to. So I could just set it for like the length of the trailer and just cut at the purple indicators, but for whatever reason I don't do that. Also noticing it's like 4 p.m. and I am gonna have to end my stream, unfortunately. I only, you know, just got in, and I would have liked to play more, but stupid issues at the beginning, and unfortunately, hadn't I been so stupid, I could have probably resolved it a lot sooner, realizing that it was set to 8 players. But yeah, unfortunately I'm gonna have to end the stream now because I've got to go grocery shopping. But it was good to be back. I'm gonna keep trying to squeeze streaming in as often as I can, but it's a little bit harder now that I'm back to work. I was lucky and I got to leave work a little bit earlier today, which was sick. And if that happens, I will keep streaming in the future. But for now, like, I don't know, maybe a couple weeknights and then weekends. But it's also been like, I've had such busy weekends too, which has just been such bad timing. Like, I start getting back to work, and then all my weekends for the last couple weeks since I've been back have just been like jammed full of stuff, and I just haven't had time to even stream on weekends. But now my calendar is clear for the time being, so this weekend for sure I'll be streaming a little bit more, and then hopefully a little bit after work as well. But farming is work. It is, dude. It's a lot of work. Have a good one. Goodbye, everybody. It's good seeing you all again.